Welcome to the podcast.
I'm
That's your
so
intro.
I love that. I love it. Short, sweet, to the point. Thank you, Alex. This is such a pleasure to be here. I am so pumped. I can't wait. Love the energy already.
Thank you. Thank you. I am just on 2 cups of coffee, so maybe that has something to do with the energy.
Only two. Come on now.
only two, but I also got 10 hours of sleep, which is very rare for me.
That'll do it. That'll do. I feel you. Like I've gotten 8 and I woke up this morning and I was thinking, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Feels
It's
good.
been a while.
We're here. We're ready. I'm loving
Yes.
it.
We're ready. We did not just finish watching a 5-hour show from Saturday, but we did watch the show from the Royal Rumble. I do have a review on on the Royal Rumble audio form only because I went out to my friend Lauren's house and we were like a cabin in the woods, just relaxing, enjoying the Royal Rumble. But Candace, did you watch the Royal Rumble? Give me your thoughts.
Oh my goodness. I just, where do I begin? I mean, the one thing that's on everyone's mind besides the Women's Rumble, which I'm sure we'll get into, is this whole bloodline saga with Sami Zayn and the Usos and Roman, and it's just, and KO, because KO was a big part of it, obviously, but it's so fascinating. And the fact that this has been cooking for several years now, and I had to remind myself of that, seeing how this has progressed to this just all out, soap opera, family feuds, like Game of Thrones-ish, throwdowns. I mean, it's giving us everything. And I love that people are so into this and they're so into the storytelling. And myself as a writer, as a storyteller, I love seeing continuity. I love seeing how this is going on. And now everyone's just thinking what's going to happen next. And that's one of the beauties of wrestling, right? Is thinking, well, what is going to happen next? So I can't wait. But the Women's Royal Rumble.
Give me the tea. Give me the tea.
I had predictions. I was not surprised to see Nia Jax. I know a lot of people were, but honestly, I was like, you know what? If I see Nia show up, I'm really not going to be surprised. And lo and behold, she did. I don't know what happened with that countdown, that box countdown.
I think it was a shady mood, a shady move for that countdown. Because they're like, listen, you could come back, but you talked a lot of smack when you left, so you're not going to get a countdown. I'm guessing that's what happened in the production truck.
Right. Or was it just a faulty coincidence? Either way, it was wild. And I was loving it. I know I'm probably not in the camp of popular opinion, but I said before, I'm here for a Nia Jax comeback. Like, I actually want to see it. Same thing with Chelsea Green. I was pretty much convinced that she was going to come back. I did not expect her to come back in the way that she did, but I thought it was perfect. I thought it was just appropriate. And seeing her on Raw afterwards and this whole Karen, like, where are you, the manager? I was like, this is the direction. And I can see Chelsea taking this and running with it. And I like it. I really like that she's back. I like that they're taking this ball with her and running with it. It was nice. I mean, even though she wasn't in the Rumble, it was nice seeing Carmella too at Raw. And I kind of wish that she was at Rumble. Same thing with Naomi. Naomi was my top pick, really, for seeing her come back. I really was hoping for that, and it just didn't happen. And now I'm like, I mean, I don't know. Either she comes back between now and Mania or at Mania, but if not, I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is going to turn out the way we hoped. I'm just hoping. I myself am hoping. So,
I'm going to have to agree because with my predictions, I felt that Naomi was going to come out at number 30, and that would have been a great spot for her to come back at the Royal Rumble. I have said numerous times that I want to see Charlotte versus Naomi at WrestleMania for the SmackDown title. Naomi is two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, so she knows how to be a champion in that brand. And I think that would be a great challenge for Naomi if she did come back. However, she did not. It's okay. She's going off and she's doing her modeling, which go off, girl, because I think New York Fashion Week is coming up. I've said it before, she could do Paris Fashion Week, LA Fashion Week. Like, that's what Summer Rae does. So I think Naomi could do the same thing. However, I am sad. I love Naomi so much. I'm a huge Naomi fan, but I am sad that she did come back. I think some people thought Nia Jax coming in at number 30 was a little anticlimactic, especially with both Rumbles. There were no surprises. I think the only surprise was Booker T and Chelsea Green, Nia Jax. I'm probably forgetting some people, but yeah, I was a little disappointed with the Rumble that there weren't any surprises, but maybe that's just my nostalgic factor playing into it because the Rumbles have always been, nostalgic central. But the one thing I will say about everything that played out on Raw with Chelsea Green, I love the Karen gimmick. I wish she had the Karen haircut. Like the Kate +8 soccer mom, I need to speak to your manager haircut. That's what would solidify the gimmick for me. But I think she's doing a great job. She did a fantastic job when she was with Matt Cardona, with GCW, and also in Impact as well. She's a great talent, and she just needs to be showcased more. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there are no injuries in her future. Maybe fingers, knock on wood, knock on all the woods. But going back to Monday Night Raw, we did see that the winners of the Royal Rumble, Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes, picked their opponents. So it is set that Cody Rhodes is going to face Roman Reigns at, I'm not sure which of the nights, one of the nights at WrestleMania. There are some things rumbling on the internet right now where there may be a match between the Usos and versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and that might main event WrestleMania. I think it would be cool to see a tag team main event WrestleMania. What do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge advocate for tag teams, and especially working with PWI and really getting more into the history of tag teams in wrestling. I respect it. I respect the art. I respect what the Usos have done, what they continue to do. I would love to see that as a main event. I didn't even know that was a rumor until you brought it up, Alex, but that would be
I've got
rad.
The scoops.
always. And that would be really rad. As for Cody and Roman, listen, I have been predicting this for months. I've said it time and time again. I remember when I first predicted this, and it wasn't long after Cody came back to WWE, and I just had a feeling that this is what everything was going to build to. And there were a lot of detractors. A lot of people were like, no, it's not. Why would Cody go at what? Why are we going to have Cody? Now the tables have turned and it's happening. I am super excited. If anyone can take the title off from Roman, I truly do believe it's Cody. And should that happen, we're going to see a whole new era. We're going to see a whole new side of Cody Rhodes. I think it's what he's done since coming back to WWE has been so spectacular. He looks happy. He looks like he's on his mission. He's doing his dad proud, and it's so beautiful. So that's one match that I'm so excited to see for Mania, whether it's night 1, night 2, whatever. I'm ready for it. So cheers to that.
Hopefully. And that could be a really great story to tell too. Like the Bloodline have been dominant with the storytelling as of lately throughout all of wrestling at the moment, not just WWE. And Cody also tells a really great story, no matter where he is, whether it's New Japan, AEW, back in WWE. All of his promos are so passionate. And I think Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, like, that's an easy story to tell. Literally two families in professional wrestling. The Bloodline is much more, there's much more lore in it. It's much more thicker than Cody's, bloodline in the family. But that's such a great story to tell. Like just the mic alone, like the promos alone between Cody and Roman and Paul Heyman, like you can tell a very, very good story. I don't know how this will affect the current story that's happening with Sammy. I know that it is going to be Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber on February 18th. So it's the road to WrestleMania. We're just going to have to see where the bumps take us. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. The stories alone, and I was reminded after watching Raw recently, the fact of the two families, because we have to remember that there really are two families at war, two prominent families. And just like you said, Alex, the bloodline has just been dominant for so long. And going back to Naomi, should Naomi come back? And I love that she's doing her thing. I'm in the same camp. I love that she's doing the modeling and whatever else she has her eyes set on. I love that for her. My selfish wish is for her to go into the bloodline. I don't know for how long, but to just have a woman in that faction, I think would add an even more incredible layer to things. And perhaps, yeah, maybe we'll see that infusion of her battling against Charlotte. But I just really hope that should she come back, she's in the bloodline in some way, and then we see how that goes, because that can add a really intricate layer to this whole saga that we're seeing unfolding in front of us. But yeah, Sammy, my guy. I'm proud of him. I'm really proud.
I'm proud of him too. Like the everything that happened from Jay to Jimmy to Roman to Sammy to Kevin Owens to even Paul Heyman, like everything played out like a telenovela. It reminded me of everything I used to watch when I was younger with my mom. And they, like, I was tearing up during that whole thing. Like, it was such a great way to play out this entire story that has been told so beautifully throughout the past few months that we've seen the bloodline active with Sami Zayn. But yeah, who knows? I would also like to see Naomi in the bloodline. However, if we do have Nia Jax back, I would like to see how she would play a role in that as well. I thought her gear at the Royal Rumble was kind of a good nod. Like, hey, I'm also a part of the bloodline. And also Tamina is there. We could possibly do something with Tamina. Tamina plays a really great, like, bodyguard. She was a really great bodyguard with AJ Lee. I feel like that would be amazing to have her almost be a bodyguard next to Solo. Like, how awesome would that be?
Honestly, you make excellent points. And we could have a bloodline, like a woman's faction with those three alone, like Tamina, Nia, and Naomi. That would be sick. Now I'm thinking, look, we could have the women's bloodline against Damage Control. Give me that. Give me that. I want to book that. Seriously, that would be insane.
That would be a really great War Games.
Yeah. Same. Hire me. Hire us.
Hire us together as a team.
Right? And I want to see more of that. I want to see more, and we're starting. It's not like we're starting to see more of those intricate storylines within the women for both Raw and SmackDown. And I know we're veering off a little bit. It just came to mind the whole tete-a-tete between Becky and Bayley that we recently saw. But we're starting. We're starting to see some real good heat all around, just between everyone. So yeah, WWE is giving us what we want. They're really getting there. So yeah,
you're right. But speaking of giving us what we want, so it was announced that RHEA Ripley is challenging Charlotte at WrestleMania this year. And a lot of people on Twitter were not too excited. And I will say I am one of them. I am one of those people because I think RHEA should have challenged Bianca Belair. And it may be a little too early to start up their feud, but their feud has so much deep lore, especially taking it back to their days in NXT, because back in NXT, Bianca was always on the chase, right? Bianca was always going after the title, and RHEA became NXT Women's Champion, and they had fantastic matches together. So there's no doubt that they would put on a banger match at WrestleMania. But I think that's where the tables turn, right? Because Bianca at NXT was the heel and Rhea was the face. And now tables have turned. Bianca is champion, and now she is, the good person. And Rhea Ripley is the Judgment Day mommy version that she is now. But I think that's a better story to tell at WrestleMania, and you're still building up stars because you're building up Rhea Ripley, but you also have someone who organically built up herself with Bianca Belair. I just think that's a better matchup for them. And although Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte is a rematch at WrestleMania, I think the rematch with Charlotte should have been with Asuka, especially this version of Asuka right now, because Asuka had such a great streak. She was NXT champion. She had that long streak, probably one of the best NXT champions to date. She comes into the main roster. She wins the Royal Rumble. When she came out I said this in the review episode, when Asuka came back at the Royal Rumble, I was like, that's it. I don't know who my winner was for the Women's Rumble, but now it is Asuka. Because it would have been great if she was a 2-time Royal Rumble winner, challenges Charlotte, have that rematch, and then she finally wins. I think that should have been the move. If anything, Rhea probably should have won the Royal Rumble, but Asuka going on to face Charlotte at WrestleMania, have some missed moment, but I think that they could also have a really great match, and Charlotte loves wrestling with Asuka anyway, but this version of Asuka I think needs to be elevated a little bit more, but she is participating in the Elimination Chamber.
True.
Yeah, she is participating in the Elimination Chamber. She is one of the contestants, which is Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Liv Morgan, and Nikki Cross. 2 mystery opponents will be determined, and the winner of the Elimination Chamber faces off with Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. All that being said, Candace, how are you feeling?
You presented a lot of great golden nuggets, because the first thing that pops in my mind is if we still had Sasha Banks, now known as Mercedes, in WWE, would we still have gotten the same result that we got with having Rhea versus Charlotte? And I don't think we would have. Having said that, I love Rhea versus Charlotte, not mad at it, but I do agree with you. I really think that there's a much richer story between Rhea versus Bianca, especially because I think back to even the Mae Young Classic days, when they were in the same class. And that was the first time I'd heard of either. And seeing their progression from Mae Young to where it is now, I think that story, I'm getting chills thinking about it because that was such an awesome time. But, I think, the layers really are there. I'm kind of wondering why that decision wasn't made, but I knew from jump. I knew that Rhea was going to win the Rumble. Even though Asuka came in, that definitely threw a spanner in the works. I was thinking, well, he might see Asuka win this. Who knows? But when Rhea was named the champ, I was like, all right, this makes sense. Once that was named, I had a very sneaking suspicion that it was going to be Rhea versus Charlotte. I don't know. It's one of those, once again, let's see where this goes. But I would have loved to see Rhea versus Bianca. I think, just like you said, for all the reasons presented, that would have been a much richer storyline. Because, we have the four horsewomen. We have of WWE. That seems to me like we're seeing Becky and Bayley going at it. And it's like, once again, if Sasha was there, I think we would have seen Charlotte and Sasha again. That would have been a retake of a new feud and an extra chapter, and then perhaps we would have seen Rhea versus Bianca, but who knows? But now it's like a wait and see, because let's see what happens and who Bianca's opponent will be. But I don't know if it'll be just as rich regardless as what it could have been with Bianca versus Rhea. So it's kind of bittersweet. It's a little bittersweet there.
Yeah, I do think it's bittersweet, but going into the Elimination Chamber, I think some clear winners I see is either Asuka, or I can also see Liv Morgan winning it and going on to do that as well. I mean, I think she was SmackDown Women's Champion, so why not go after the Raw Women's Champion, And I think that would be a cute match too between Bianca and Liv Morgan.
I agree. Why not? Why not? Liv has grown so much. I love her. That will be awesome to see. And for that match alone, well, we don't know. It could go either way. It really could. I really don't even have a person that I'm thinking, yep, they're the clear winner for that. So onwards we go.
We're just gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. But I do agree. I think if Mercedes did agree to come back to WWE, I think we would have seen Charlotte versus Mercedes. And I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that, you know? I wouldn't be mad at anything that we get with the women as long as we get great multiple matches at WrestleMania with the women. I am so down for that. But I am looking forward to seeing Mercedes versus Kyrie this month.
Lord. Could I be
How are you feeling? Yeah. Be honest.
I'm so happy for her. Like, you can tell she's happy. She's flourishing. She's doing what she wants at this time, taking no prisoners and just rolling with the opportunities. And I love this for her. Like, this is a brand new chapter. And I love the name change. I'm not mad at it. Mercedes Moné. I just want to see her do more with what she's doing now. And I can't wait to see all of these matches because I can tell she's just going to have banger after banger. It's just the possibilities are endless for her. So, man, I wish I could see this in person, but it's okay. I know I'm just waiting for them to come through to New York, the tri-state area.
I know. Oh my gosh. Maybe there'll be another Rumble on 44th Street. Who knows? But yeah, I have no doubt that match is going to be a banger, especially with Kyrie. We've seen these women face off before, and for the IWGP Championship, it'd be great. But I cannot wait to see Mercedes in Stardom. I cannot wait. I think she's got some dates lined up in April, if I'm not mistaken, with Stardom in Japan. And she has put out some feelers that she wants to face Azumi, and I don't think I would be able to speak properly if I saw that match because my brain would explode from the action.
It's happening. I think even between her and Julia, it's that's a match I wanted. I'm like, yes, please, on the platter, please.
yes, please, absolutely.
We're gonna be blessed. We're gonna be blessed this year, Alex. Honestly.
Mercedes blessed me last year during the Royal Rumble when she came out in that Sailor Moon getup, so she continues to bless me.
That's one gear outfit. That's one that I continue to go back to and just think about. And seeing Zelina with her Street Fighter gear on during the Rumble, I was like, I love this. I love that they're being so creative and that they have the freedom to do so and just rock their gear and it's so everyone looked beautiful. Everyone looked so good. I was just like,
oh my God, yes. Everyone looked so good at the Rumble this year. So let's hurry through and get to our shoot and boot segment with the Royal Rumble gear. We're going to go through the looks that we've seen this past Saturday. But Candace, what is your favorite gear of all time? Outside of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, what is your favorite of all time?
That's such a hard question. With that, I have several answers. I immediately think about women like AJ Lee, her gear throughout the years when she was with WWE. I vibe with now known as Saraya, Paige. Even now, the progression from Paige to Saraya, the looks that she's had throughout the years. Naomi, the glow gimmick is one of my favorites. And I remember watching Total Divas and how hard she fought for that gimmick. Like, I remember she was just like, I want to change my gimmick. I want to change it. And she had to go through so many hoops and to finally see it play out in action. It's gorgeous. I still look at the glow and I'm just like, yeah, I want that back. And I'm trying to think of anyone else. There's so many others. I think of Lita. And I can't really even pinpoint specific moments because I just think about over the years what they, just the looks and the vibes that they've had and the different genres. But Lita's one of my favorite. Mickey James, even Cameron. Cameron had some really cute gear. Now, he really did. Nowadays, Bianca, and she makes her own gear. Seeing Bianca during the Rumble, that was a look. That was gorgeous. And then also people like Carmella, seeing her progression going from, now she has a more, she's going back to the princess look. So it's changed up a bit, but she had like a more classier version of herself in recent times before her injury. But seeing her trajectory, and Rhea Ripley, my gosh, like Rhea lived. They're just serving nowadays. They're really. It's like, dude, the gear is just phenomenal. It just keeps getting better.
Exactly. It keeps getting better. And like I'm sure these people spend money on the gear that they wear. Like, even if it's just one time for a Royal Rumble, for a WrestleMania. And like I've said to you before we started recording, like, that's why I invented this podcast, because I want to highlight that more. Like, again, these people have such creative minds. They are so talented and they spend so much money on this gear. Whatever you do in the ring, I love it and I will talk about it, but I need to highlight the gear. I need to do it, Yeah. And I remember when Naomi did fight hard for that Total Divas on Total Divas when she was fighting for her gimmick, and then she went out by herself and she made the Glow title, and then they were like, no, you can't do that. Actually, never mind, you can do it because it looks good on TV. I am still upset that the WWE shop did not put that title up because they were like, oh, it'd be too expensive to make, blah, 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 blah. And yet they made a Fiend belt that was $1,200 or however, $24,000. It was way more than my rent. I will tell you that. Justice for the Glow belt. That's all I'm saying.
And just seeing that whole thing play out really gave us a bird's eye view into the gear design itself and what goes into the decisions, because you could like something, I assume, the wrestlers have an idea of what they want, they go to the gear designer, or like Bianca will make their own gear, but you have to go through different people in order to get it approved. So just imagine you get something done that costs thousands of dollars only for them to be like, no, it's not. It's like, $5,000. What do I do with this now? Like, it's wild to think about. But shout out to Becky too and Charlotte, because their gear, especially Becky too. Oh my gosh, I just think about the whole Mad Max look that she had at one point, and like,
oh yeah,
the creativity. It's just, I'm really loving seeing all of these women and the men too, because you have people like Seth Rollins. They know what they're doing. They have a certain vision. You can tell that there's a pinpoint laser vision into what they want to wear, and it's working because people talk about it on social media all the time. Like, do you see what this person's wearing? That person. So, yeah, the gear. We love the gear.
And I love the pop culture references through gears too. Like this past weekend, Johnny Gargano had Kang the Conqueror gear. And he's a huge Marvel fan. And I love Johnny Gargano because I said this during the review podcast. I love him because he reminds me of which Marvel movie is coming out next with his gear. And Quantumania is coming out in a few weeks. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let me get my ticket for that. Thanks, Johnny Gargano. Thank you, Johnny Wrestling.
I wonder if that's planned or if that's just, a happy coincidence. But that's a great point.
I hope Marvel's paying him to do that. Right? Get that Disney money while you can, Johnny.
Same. That's marketing right there, right?
Exactly. All right. Let's get into shoot or boot. So, very simple rules. If you like the gear, you give it a shoot. If you don't like the gear, you give it a boot. That's all. I will display some photos onto the screen and we can analyze it together. And if we have a lot of feelings, we can just go through it together. first we have Cody Rhodes, more specifically with his entrance look. And it's really clever the way he played out this entrance coat because he tore his right pec, and on the right side of his gear, of his entrance gear, it has dragon scales to almost like tell like, oh, I'm healed up, I'm ready to go. And I'm going to give this a boot. I like it. What do you think, Candace?
I am shocked that you gave it a boot. I'm going to give this a shoot just because...
Oh, wait, did I say boot? I meant shoot. I meant shoot. I'm so sorry.
The whole story you told, and then you were like, boot. Yes,
sometimes that's happened.
It's all good. I agree. Definitely shoot. I mean, because it tells a really nice story with the dragon scales. The theme fits. You have the colors. It gives you American Nightmare as soon as you see it. And it's just super festive and colorful, and it's gorgeous. It looks very intricate too. It's just, it suits him well. So definite shoot.
Yeah, this is not a boot. This is a shoot. This is a shoot. Yeah, but I like the dragon scales, and now I can think of the Dragon Tales theme song. Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
I think Mother of Dragons.
Mother of Dragons, yes. It's giving Daenerys. Yep, absolutely. So next we have Dana Brooke. And I added Dana Brooke because I know nobody's going to talk about Dana Brooke after this weekend, which is okay. I feel like Dana Brooke is very underrated, but that's a different conversation for a different day. We are talking about gear, and I added this in because I love this Barbie look that Dana Brooke is presenting. I think this is a shoot.
Yeah, once again, I agree with you. And on the basis of not just the fact that I also do believe that she's underrated, but I think that this look really showed us that she's coming into a new era that perhaps we didn't know was coming or weren't expecting, because Dana, to me, just seems like such a hard worker. You know, she comes, she shows up, she does the job no matter what. And throughout the years, you know, she's been there, she's done her thing. I think just this whole, it's just giving me boss. It's giving me boss Barbie. It's giving me that she knows what the trends are. And this is just a new wave for Dana Brooke. And I think we're going to see some new things coming from her. And I'm ready for it, especially now that we have additions, you know, like Chelsea Green, and there's, you know, girls that have come back. We could be seeing some new storylines, and it could be giving us a whole new side of Dana Brooke that I'm getting from just this outfit alone. So I give it a shoot as well. It's amazing. It's all pink. It's so cute.
All pink everything. I love it.
Yeah.
The glasses are cute too. I really love those glasses. She's got the pink extensions in her hair. I love this look. If this is a rebrand or repackage for Dana Brooke, I am all for it.
Yes,
give Dana Brooke all the titles. Actually, give me Dana Brooke versus Roman Reigns.
Oh wow, that was so. I actually do want to see that now. Let's go.
I do too. Dana, hello, call me. Okay, next we have Raquel Rodriguez. So Raquel Rodriguez was doing two references with this gear. So the bottom half is the Eddie reference. So we have the Eddie flames, we've got the Eddie boots, which is amazing because she is Mexican paying homage. She is in Texas right now. And also the top half is Selena's red number that she's worn. I forget what was the event. Maybe it was the Grammys. I'm not too sure. But she's referencing Selena and Eddie, which I absolutely love because of, you know, Mexican descent, being in Texas. My thing about it is that I think it's just too many references going on. I think because it took like instantly as a wrestling fan, boom, okay, Eddie Flames. I've seen it before. We've seen it with Peyton Royce wearing it. I love that part, but there's something about the top half that is is a little lost for me, and I can't pinpoint what it is. I think it's because it took me a little while to get the Selena reference. But what do you
Mm.
think, Candace?
I I agree with you, and it pains me to have to give this a shoot because I'm all for the references, and I think that's beautiful. It the bottom half is lovely, to be quite honest. I love the bottom half. I wish that I could have seen that theme just extend all the way to the top, to be honest. And then, for another show, leave the Selena reference, just all Selena perhaps, because I definitely feel what you're saying. It's busy and there's a lot going on. And I didn't even note the Selena reference myself until you mentioned it. But yeah, the bottom half I loved. I wish she should have just kept that theme throughout, and then that would have been really electrifying to see because it's so dynamic looking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's lost on me. It's just there's too many things, and it's yeah. It sucks to say that, but I have to give it a shoot. I have to give it a shoot. So sorry,
A
Raquel.
boot or a shoot?
Oh, sorry, a boot. See,
It's
I
okay.
did.
I got confused too.
I have to give it a boo. I'll give the bottom half a shoot. I'll give the bottom half a shoot, but
Yeah.
overall,
No, I
yeah,
agree with you because the bottom half is cute. I like that the
yeah,
flames are mixed in with the red. It's just something from the torso up that it doesn't feel connected with the flames in the bottom
yeah,
reference.
yeah.
And I agree. I think for the Royal Rumble, she should have done. I think she should have done Eddie and then maybe leave Selena for WrestleMania if you'd like.
Mm,
Or just leave the Selena reference for a different time that you're in Texas, or even just do Selena because it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but we've seen this Eddie reference with the flames like time and time again. I think maybe she shouldn't do it at WrestleMania just because we've seen Peyton Royce do it at WrestleMania. So I don't know if you want to kind of pull out a similar reference as somebody else who's been. I feel like that's almost outfit repeating, and I wouldn't do that. But that's just me.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna the intentions I will give a shoot. The
absolutely.
execution, I'm going to have to give it a boot. But
Right
she
on.
looked gorgeous. Red is her color. She should keep on wearing red.
Definitely, definitely her color. That's
Yeah.
that's a whole that's a whole shoot.
Yeah,
Red.
that's
Keep that
that's a whole shoot.
color.
The red is
Mm-hmm.
a shoot for sure. Next we
Oh,
have Liv Morgan's gear. You said ooh instantly. Go off. Tell me what you think.
2 thumbs up. Fine holiday fun. When Liv came out, I popped. I was like, the thing about Liv Morgan is she knows her colors. She yellows and the pinks and the blacks, and she knows her fabrics very well. Everything is just intricately studded. It for some it might look busy, but it works. It works to her personality. It works to her gimmick. It just everything is just flowing, and she looks gorgeous. I mean, it just definite shoot. I can never boot. I don't think there's an outfit I could ever consider booting Liv for, but this one was just exceptional. For whatever reason, this one just really worked for her. So yes.
I I agree, and I think I love that she always plays up with the eyes. Like the eyes are part of her Titantron. I love that she plays it up with her gear as well. I like the little suspenders. It's not really so much
Mm,
suspenders, but the little like watch me in pink, and I think pink and yellow are such an underrated combined color schemes together. It reminds me of strawberries and bananas, and now I want a strawberry and banana shake after seeing
yes,
Liv in this. But I
yes.
agree, like there's a lot going on compared to the Raquel Rodriguez gear. They're both of them have a lot going on, but the difference between the Raquel gear and this Liv Morgan gear is that at least there's some separation between the fabric, like the top and the bottoms, and it's sewn
Mhm.
in together with that busyness of the straps, and it's still like the straps still match up with the straps that are on her top compared to the straps that are on her stomach. And I like the sleeves as well, like the sheer fishnet sleeves with the star detailing on it. I think this is a shoot. And like you said, Liv Morgan, in my eyes, can do no wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that you mentioned the straps because that there's structure to this. Like it's very nicely structured. Whereas just like you pointed out with Raquel, the structure is just not really there. So whoever constructed this did an awesome job. It's very well done.
Yeah, very well done. And she's gorgeous. Look at Liv.
Right?
Look at Liv. She's
She just
gorgeous. Can do no wrong in my eyes.
Seriously.
I live for Liv.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. All do, Alex. Living in her world. Living in Liv's world.
Okay, next we have Dakota Kai's gear. I just found this out like 5 minutes before we hopped on together. This is a reference to Doja Cat.
Really?
Because that's Doja Cat on the left, right? Anyway, that's Doja Cat with the microphone. I couldn't tell the difference, but yeah, that's Doja Cat. I don't remember which performance this is. It may be Coachella, but I am completely wrong. I don't know if it is. But the reference is Doja Cat. I think the top is executed wonderfully. I see that Doja Cat has this harness on, and I like that Dakota didn't keep on with the harness, but at least it played a big role with the straps on the bottom of the gear and on the top bottom of the gear. It's the same color boots. I think this is a shoot.
Me too. I'm blown away. I had no idea that this was a reference to Doja Cat, but Dakota is another one like Liv for me. It's like I very rarely have seen Dakota in gear that just automatically turned me off. I think it's predominantly because Dakota is another one that just knows what works for her. Her outfits they just seem very well structured as well. And she knows her colors and she plays up the colors in her hair and makes sure that they're all just, all just in sync. And yeah, this is a total shoot because it's giving me that whole rave girl, but with that extra Doja touch is really cool. I would have never known that until you told me. And I love Doja Cat, so this is a right on shoot, Dakota. I'm here for this.
Yeah, totally here for this. I think also the factor with Dakota is that she also dresses so well outside of her wrestling gear. Like when she's just when all of her shenanigans that she has on Monday Night Raw, like when she's just in regular street clothes, it's still so fashionable with her. So I love this. I love this reference. It's kind of a deep cut. And I don't think a lot of people picked up on it until she tweeted this photo out. And my God, now that I know about it, I love this gear even more. Like, I love this gear on her because of the pink. It matches her hair. Like, it's a lot of fun colors and it's not overwhelming. But to know that it's a Doja Cat reference, shoot across the board.
That's awesome. Absolutely. It's the pop culture. It's the pop culture for me. I love it. That's really cool.
Me too. Me too. Okay, so next we have Seth Rollins. What are we thinking? So he's got his usual coat on. He's got some different color pants schemes. From what I read, this is a basketball reference. Now, I don't know anything about basketball, so I'm sure someone will tweet at me angrily telling me what the reference is. But I know that this is a basketball reference. However, I do like the color schemes of this. What do you think, Candace?
Yeah, I love Seth Rollins' fashion sense. Honestly, when he came out with this, I was a teeny bit underwhelmed, only because we've been getting some really outrageous looks from him beforehand, and I felt like he was taming it a bit. But that's not to say that I don't like this look. For me, it's the coat. The coat just is a slam dunk. I'm very curious to know what the basketball reference is, because I know some things about basketball, but other things I don't. I'm not going to lie and say I do. So I'm wondering who this is in reference to. But this is classic Seth. I think I will give the coat more of a shoot than the bottom half. So it's like the opposite for me where we were talking about Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, it's nice, but the coat is what's screaming at me. It's just the way he's wearing it. The coat is just that's a whole slam dunk for me. That I just love that coat. I couldn't stop staring at it, to be quite honest. So
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
And I agree with you when you said, you know, Seth always brings it with the gear, right? He always brings it with the looks, he always brings it with the fashion, the gear. I am also a little underwhelmed with this gear. The jacket's great. He always has that jacket though. It's a signature, you know, entrance jacket for him at this point in his era
Mhm.
of Seth freaking Rollins. So I do like this. My one thing is that, okay, I don't know the reference, but I like the color schemes. And it's not to say that this isn't great gear. I don't know the reference. And for someone who has watched him the past few weeks and he's always wearing this like lace, this see-through, you know, get up, this like highly fashionable, you know, almost Harry Styles wardrobe kind of gear, or really just when he's on the promo. This is just underwhelming for me. I like
Mhm.
it, but for the potential that Seth Rollins has, I'm going to give this a boot.
Yeah. I vibe with that. And it's sad to say that because yeah, we've seen so many more just left field looks for him that's worked in the past. I mean, with the salmon pink suits and yeah, the mesh. I was wondering what happened because it's Royal Rumble. I was just expecting more, but hey, now for WrestleMania time, and we'll see. I'm hoping to see more than this, but yeah. But the coat, Seth. I mean, yeah, the coat is always a
Oh
winner. That's
yeah,
a
the
winner.
coat. Oh yeah, the
Totally.
coat is always a shoot. It's always going to be a shoot. And Seth Rollins himself is always going to be a shoot. I will give that man a shoot.
Amen.
But
Amen.
like the color worked great in the ring. Like the pants were great in the ring. Don't get me wrong. It's just there's something about it where it's just like, nah, boot. But to be fair, the men's rumble, the gear, the fashion was lackluster. But of course, the women brought
Really?
it, so
Yeah,
it's okay. At least
that's
we
a
got
whole other
women.
conversation.
That's a whole different
Yeah.
other conversation for a different day. Exactly. Okay, next we have the Selena Vega Street Fighter getup. She is promoting the new Street Fighter game that's coming out, and she is the spokesperson, I think, or the ambassador. Either way, she's getting that Street Fighter money, that Capcom money. Selena looks great. I'm gonna give this a shoot.
Yes. I love that this is an homage to her new job. It suits her, it fits her well. I specifically love the kicks. I love her sneakers, just so cute. I love the color scheme and I love her hair. The hair and makeup,
Oh yeah.
especially, is just phenomenally beautiful. And this is a look that not many people could pull off. I think Selena is one of the very few that could pull off a look like this, and she does it exceedingly well. So 1000%. That is a shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. This is clever. And it's a cosplay, which Selena has
Yeah.
had, you know, good experience with cosplaying, especially cosplaying more anime characters. This is not an anime character, this is a video game. She has cosplayed Mortal Kombat characters. So she's very familiar in that scene, and I think she executes cosplaying very very well. This hair, I think she needs to keep this style of hair with the blonde and the pink. Like it is working for her. The highlight on her cheekbones, the makeup, it is stunning. She is beat to the gods. I love that she has the big lollipop with the phone taking selfies. I love the way she entered the Royal Rumble with this gear. This is a super shoot probably for me. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is up there with Liv Morgan for me. Liv and Dakota and Zelina, they're neck and neck at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I actually want to play the game now because of Selena coming out like this, right?
Yes. And that was fantastic marketing once again because that was just pitch perfect. And I think they gained more followers and people interested in the game, which is, you can't ask for more than that. So kudos to them. And
Yeah.
congratulations to her for that job. That's amazing.
Congratulations of getting that Capcom bag, because I know that gotta be a hefty bag.
And I was like, thank you. She's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. So next up we have Sonia Deville. I like this. This is very different for Sonia. I like I'm gonna be honest, this white and black split down the middle reminds me of Spy versus Spy. If anyone gets that reference, it's from Mad TV. But I like this. This is different for Selena or Sonia, not Selena, for Sonia, and it looks like she has a scar going on her face, on the right side of her face, or the left side.
Absolutely. That's a great catch. Spy versus Spy. I used to love that. I really was thinking just the color scheme, like a little Cruella de Vil-ish, but
ooh, okay.
It's so interesting seeing this on screen versus television, because in television it popped off so much. I took a huge gasp. I was like, Sonia looks beautiful. Like, it just looks so good. That's not to say that it doesn't look good here, but it just looks different. A little bit pixelated, but regardless of that, this is a look for Sonia. Like, she is leaning into being that super heel. She's really found her niche. She's found her color scheme, and she's just playing into it. And just like the little things, like the devil tail and the fabric, the leather, it's simple, but there are like little things that really pop out, and it fits her. The whole outfit fits her exceedingly well. It's so good. Like, this is I can't shoot for this. Like, this is it for Sonia. Like, I'm like, more Sonia.
Yeah, this is a shoot. And I agree with you. She looks like a good heel in this. She almost looks like a final boss, right? Like, she almost looks like a final boss in like a Mass Effect game. She looks great. I like the front part because on the white with the black strap, I think it's going across her torso, so it's buttoned up, or so it looks like. I like the little details on this as well, like the little see-through on her arms. There's chains going around her top. I like this. This is a great look for Sonia, and I want her to keep this look. This is a shoot.
Yes, like, and you can tell she feels so comfortable in it, and she's just rocking it. Like, when she came out for her entrance, she just owned it. She was like, I'm here, let's go. And that's what you want. You want to feel comfortable in the gear that you're wearing, or clothes in general. You just want to feel like you can wear this wherever, whenever, and you can tell that she felt that way. So yes, Sonia, keep this.
Yeah. Exactly. You got to feel comfortable, and you got to feel confident of what you're wearing, especially in wrestling. Because if you're not feeling confident in your gear, then like it's gonna read across. Like, I'm gonna tell on the television set. Yeah, Sonia, whoever you're working with for this gear, continue working with them. This is a shoot.
Yes, girl.
This is a shoot. Next, we have Shayna Baszler in this Warhammer reference. This is actually a Warhammer reference. She's a huge Warhammer fan. I thought this was a Mega Man reference at first, but it is not. It is Warhammer. I know nothing about Warhammer, but I have to say, I really love this blue on her. I really like it.
You hit it. The blue works. There's certain things about this that seem a little bit busy. It's more so the pants for me than anything. I did not know this was a Warhammer reference at all either. But you know what? Blue is her color. I feel like she should continue going on to this path. I'm a little conflicted because I feel like I've seen her in other gear that I really liked. And perhaps because she's known for being in more understated gear, that I just came to that's just been her look for me. So I'm like 50-50 on this. The only thing that I'm certain about is like blue. Like, the blue makes her skin tone pop. Like, she looks fantastic in blue. I'll give that. But I'm on the fence. It's like shoe and boot for me for this one. So
yeah, this is like a moot. like a moot, because I love that she references something that she is passionate about, right? And it's
Yeah.
not like the typical reference of Eddie Guerrero Flames. No tea, no shade to Raquel Rodriguez, but I like when someone mixes up their references and it's almost of like, if you know, you know. And again, I love this blue on her. It works with her, like you said, her skin tone, like it works with her. This is blue, this specific tone of blue absolutely works for her. The pants, I think the gold in it makes it a little busy, a little, because the pants are
Mhm.
already very busy with the spade on her. I think that metal um fabric that's going up the front of her legs, I think it works, and I think that like the lightning bolts work as well. There's just something
Mhm.
about the belt that I'm not enjoying. And I do have to say the makeup is not really hitting for me. Maybe it was better in person, but when I was watching her wrestle at the Royal Rumble, I was like, what does she have like on her eyes? And then it zoomed in and you can see the lightning bolts, and it's like, okay, I like it. I wish it was something else. I don't know what it is. Maybe I wish if it was like one side and it was
Mhm.
more of a Luna Vachon kind of makeup, with the lightning bolt, but
Yeah.
I'm going to give this
Yeah.
a half-ass shoot.
Yeah, that, and you raised a good point about the makeup, because it's one of those things where you would think the makeup would pop. There's a lot going
Mm,
on and it's beautiful in its own right, but I've liked her past beauty looks. Like this, for some reason it's not standing out to me, and I don't know why, but it's just, and sometimes that happens. Like sometimes you'll see a makeup look and it's like there's a lot going on, there's glitter, there's all these different things, but it doesn't make the person pop. And that comes with experimentation too. Like you just find your colors and see what works. But blue and fabric on hers is excellent. Like keep that. Just
yeah.
find that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely keep the blue, just rework everything else. I
Yeah.
think also with the makeup, since she's not wearing a lip, it kind of throws
Mm,
off the entire eye makeup, because of course you don't want to take away from the work that you're doing with the eyes, especially with the thunderbolts. But if she had a lip, even if it was a little bit more of like a nude lip for her, I think it would have been a little better. But I also understand, like, she's not the type of person to wear extravagant makeup, which is why I love Shayna Baszler, right? Like,
yeah.
I love when she just has like a smoky black eye, and that's that. Because even she looks
Mm,
gorgeous, but she still looks like she's gonna beat the hell out of me. And she looks
exactly.
like this as well. But there's something about maybe if like the lines are so close to the lash line, maybe if it just started at the eyebrows and went up. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. But I'm also not a makeup artist, so
Very.
I don't know.
I mean, hey, we need a makeup artist to come in and let us, give us the tea, because
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it yeah, it's a good start. Like there's something there that I want to see Shayna do more with the blue. Like that is her color.
Yeah,
It really
for
makes her
sure.
shine more. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Good job, Shayna. You
Thank
tried.
you. It's all
Just
good.
keep the
It's all
blue. Just keep the blue. It's all good. It's all good.
good.
We have hits and misses sometimes. And
Right on.
lastly, we have Asuka. This gear just leaves me speechless. I just the velvet, like the pants and the top, the black portion looks like it's a velvet number. The laces with the blue and the red and the gold. I love the top. I love the bottom. I love that there's stuff happening in the bottom, but it's not too much as opposed to what we've seen earlier on. The entrance coat, it's the same as usual, so it looks, but with that uni mask. I'm not sure what the name of that mask is, but it's, you know, referencing her culture, her Japanese culture. And this is a shoot, because when she came out and number 17 hit and she came out, my jaw was to the floor. I was screaming my head off. And when she took off this mask, I was deceased.
Correct. Oh my. Oh, Asuka. It likewise, it blew me away. And she had been gone for a while. And a lot of us were thinking, oh, we hope Asuka comes back. But she came back and she was just like, oh, so you thought you knew I was coming back this way. I'm coming back this way. And this transformation, oh my days, like the makeup alone is so gorgeous. She looks amazing here. The gear is just super intricate. The colors work for her. The gold, the black, the red tones. And she's another one that she just is comfortable in her skin. Like she's comfortable in anything that she wears. When she comes out and goes into before she even steps into the ring, she's just ready to go. And she has such a self-assuredness about her. And you can tell that she knew she was just going to come in and just blow all of us away, no matter what she did, whether she won or not. And it's like, I'm just speechless with this look. She looks so good. It's ridiculous. And then we see her afterwards on Raw, and I'm like, Asuka, why are you doing this to us?
Oh my gosh.
She's spitting blue blood, and she's smiling, and she looks so devilish, and we're just like, but you're gorgeous. She looks so good. It's unreal. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. It makes my stomach hurt thinking about it, because I'm just like, girl, Asuka, I don't care, wear whatever you want. You're just going to look good regardless. It doesn't even matter. Like, this looks A+.
Is this a shoot for you?
Amen. This is triple shoot, quadruple shoot. The final shoot.
I agree. This is a Quantum Mania shoot for me from Asuka for sure. And even going back to the makeup, I love the makeup, because obviously this is, if some of the listeners or the viewers don't know, this is a play off of her alter ego that she had in Japan way before WWE, when she was Kana. She was this demon clown pretty much. And so her makeup would always be this like clown makeup. She was still misting and having like blood drip down her face. Obviously it can't be red because of WWE, but I do like the blue, and I like that she tied in the blue mist with her blue makeup. And if you can see on her mouth, the blue is just, it looks like it's torn skin. So it looks like it's almost kind of a Joker kind of play, like torn up, like that's her real skin. I love this. And in my eyes, again, Asuka can do no wrong, just like Liv Morgan. Like this is hands down a super duper shoot for me.
Can't stop staring at it.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. She's just tens across the board. Like, oh my gosh.
That's it.
We're just that's it. It's just us just gushing over Asuka.
It's a wrap. Does she do her own makeup? Does she do her own makeup? Do you have any idea? Or
I'm not sure if she does her own makeup. I'm sure she did her own makeup when she was Kana in Japan. I mean, if I was Asuka and there was a whole team of makeup artists that can do it for me, I would rather go to them than anything else. But if she does do her own makeup, whoever's doing her makeup, whether it's her or anybody else, like, good job. Terrific job with this makeup.
Seriously. Yeah. It's giving me movie, like you said, the Joker. It's like movie makeup. It's so intricate. It's telling a story about her character in and of itself. And it's just, I can imagine how long it takes for her to take it off afterwards. But it's like, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, how many bottles of cold cream do you go through just to take that off?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Kudos.
Kudos to Asuka. Kudos to Asuka. Kudos to Asuka. But kudos to you, Candace. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for doing the hefty task of shooting or booting the past Royal Rumble looks. But overall, with the Royal Rumble and everything that's happening, you know, heading into WrestleMania with the Elimination Chamber, what are you looking forward to the most on this treacherous road that we have to Hollywood?
The treacherous road. I mean, it's going to be treacherous for some people. It's going to be treacherous for Sami Zayn, as you know, Jay. Hats off to Jay, because now he, you know, he's going to be conflicted. I can see there's a lot that we have to look forward to with this bloodline story, and that's one of the main things that I can't wait to see. But also the story of Cody Rhodes, and you know, if he comes out victorious and if he's the one to take the title off of Roman, it's going to be awesome. And then also, are we going to see The Rock? Like, are we going to see The Rock show up? Don't think I forgot. You know, I got to put that in there. Is The Rock going to give us a swerve and show up and say, hey, I'm here. Let's do this. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that actually happens. And, you know, with the woman, if we're going to see any more surprises, anyone like Naomi or anyone else that perhaps we didn't think was going to come back, coming back on the road to WrestleMania. So I'm excited for the possibilities, and I think we have a lot to look forward to, Alex. I really do, and it's great. It's great this year, 2023.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think The Rock is going to come out. Although I think a lot of people are going to boo him. Because what if he does a WrestleMania spot where he's like, hey, yeah, I'm the host of WrestleMania. It's Hollywood. I'm here. He's getting booed. He's getting booed because everyone's going to be like, well, where were you, Dwayne? Why didn't you save us, Dwayne?
Oh, that would break my heart. How could you boo The Rock? I don't think I've ever seen, like, oh, no. Well, well, no, I have seen it, you know, when he was in WWE, but dang, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him get booed. Give him some slack. Like, he's a big man.
I don't want to see it either, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they are swerving us. Maybe we are going to get a last minute announcement. There are rumors that Roman is going to wrestle both nights, so maybe we see him versus Cody and him versus The Rock. I don't know. I don't know what I would want to see, but I know Dwayne has a lot of explaining to do. That's for sure. Why didn't you show up on Saturday? Why didn't you? And apparently he was in Texas. He was in Texas.
I know. I heard. So he's the man is teasing us. They know what's going on. They're not going to tell us. That's okay.
Stop. I want to know. Stop teasing me. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
We'll see. And that's the fun in it. Just waiting to see what happens next until WrestleMania. That's the whole point. So it's only a matter of time.
I'm sure PWI has a lot to talk about these next month.
As per usual, that's what we're here for, giving you guys our takes and taking you into the wide world of wrestling on all spheres. So for all of you watching, thanks for reading and watching and listening, and we love you guys. So yes.
Yeah, of course. And you're great. Thank you so much for coming on. Like, please let everybody know where they can follow you, where they can enjoy more of your beautiful, wonderful face.
Oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for inviting me. This was a ton of fun. A great way to start the pre-weekend for me. And yes, everyone, you can follow me on Twitter. You can see the Twitter handle at Candace Cordelia right there on the screen. You can also follow me on Instagram at thatgirlcandace16. I'm also starting to do more TikToks as well, so you can find me on TikTok at CC Speaks. Do follow me there, as I'm trying to put more wrestling content on there, as well as other things that I do in this beautiful world. But yeah, that's about it. And thank you, Alex. This was such a joy. And congratulations on everything. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for this to drop.
Thank you. I'm so excited that you're here. And I'm so excited that you were excited about gear. You were like, wait, wrestling gear? Oh, I'm in. I love that.
I've been waiting. I've more talk about wrestling gear. Seriously, it's one of my favorite things. So I'm here for that.
Okay,
really
so you'll come back on the podcast. All right, that's what we're hearing. Thank you, Candace.
Thank you. Thanks for listening, everyone.